From WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University, this is Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt. Sessions from Studio A is a showcase for local and touring artists playing original music here in our region, and this week is the return of the Hambones. The band out of Elburn was last on our show back in 2018, and a lot has changed for the band since then. They've added some heavier guitar tones with the addition of Chad Hill on lead guitar, adding a little rockabilly flavor to the band's outlaw country and roots rock sound. They've also released a new record since we last saw them. It's called Year of the Thief, and we'll hear songs from that coming up this hour. It's the Hambones on Sessions from Studio A. You are listening to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, welcoming the Hambones back to Studio A. They're a band from Elburn who blends elements of rockabilly, roots rock, and outlaw country. Formed by lead vocalist and the piano-pounding Tim Larson back in 2012, the band has played all over Illinois and Wisconsin and released 2 full-length albums, the latest being Year of the Thief. And the band opens up their set with one from that album. This is Dark as the Night. It's the Hambones recorded live this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
So many ways, trying to walk off boys. Things that you might not believe, baby, in between you and I. There was always have a chance. I just sat here in a trance, waiting on my dreams to die. I don't sit here anymore, take my shit up off the floor, baby, the time is now. One big step is all we need, take one breath and then we're free, and I like it here anyhow. There was time to believe, there's nothing left to say. Just look for the moves I make and get out of my way. It's time to rise and believe. Make it happen for me. It's time to rise and say, gonna do it my way. It's time to rise and believe. Make it happen for me. It's time to rise and say, gonna do it my way. Yeah.
This is Sessions from Studio A, and you just heard the Bear Hambones playing live here in the studio with us, and I am joined now with the Bear Hambones. And welcome back, everybody. It's your second time
All right.
in Studio A.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
This
thanks.
is awesome.
Really enjoyed it last time. You guys do a really fun thing here, so we're happy to be here.
Well, thank you for coming back once again with new music. We heard a bunch of songs. I think we almost heard your last album in its
Right.
entirety today.
Right.
That's Year of the Thief. Came out just a few years ago, and you guys played a bunch of songs from that today. We'll talk about the new album, but first, for people that didn't hear the other show, I want to get a little bit of the band's background. Where are you guys from and based right now?
We're in the western suburbs area, to the northern suburbs area. We've been playing together since 2012, and we've had some changes in the lineup since we were here before, and we just keep getting after it.
Yeah, we were very much acoustic before. We had a mandolin player as the lead instrument, acoustic guitar. At one point, had a stand-up, like a full upright
An acoustic bass.
Acoustic bass. Hence the name Bear. There was not much electric-ness to it.
Right.
And now we have electric guitar and no mandolin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chad, you're the newest member then on electric guitar here.
I am.
Talk about joining up with these guys and getting a little heavier with the electric guitar coming in.
So back in the day, I was in a rockabilly band called the Hot Rod Hucksters, and these two guys were in the Psychobilly Cadillacs, and we would play shows together all the time. So I've known these guys for 20 years. And it was like 2-3 years ago, they said, hey, our guitar player just quit. Can you come out to DeKalb and play like 5 songs with us?
A show.
Yeah.
Yeah, a show.
Yeah.
5 songs. And I thought, well, I'm not going to drive all the way to DeKalb to play 5 songs. Send me everything. So I had 2 weeks to learn a 3-hour set.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did, and they were ecstatic, and it was a lot of fun. And they asked me to join the band pretty shortly
That night.
after that.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, that
Well, my
night.
memory sucks, but this is what I remember about that night is after the show, or maybe before as we were loading in, we were talking about it, and I said, thanks, Chad, for coming out here and helping. We got to start the search and, find a new guitar player. And Chad looked at me and said, well, I might be interested. I'm not a substitute teacher here. And so we did some more practices, and we've never looked back.
I think there was some parking lot like loadout between me and at least, I don't know if it was you or Tony or bass player or somebody. We were like, yeah, this is probably good. So
And I took a 10-year break from being in bands because of my kids and life and stuff. And so when I played rockabilly, I love rockabilly, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. We did a lot of cool things. Tim and I recorded at Sun Studios in Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
But the Bear Hambones, I went from, a very small range of musical genres to a much more massive musical range of genres, and I can play everything I've ever played, all my influences, the Van Halen, the Dokken, the Extreme, Nuno Betancourt,
Yeah.
Jerry Reed, the country stuff. Everything is kind of melt into one melting pot of music, and this is the coolest band I've ever played in.
awesome. Thanks, man.
You guys can probably hear that range in the set you just listened to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a real eclectic range, and I'm glad you brought up rockabilly because I wanted to ask where the kind of punk rockabilly influence came from. I was just hearing in the set today, thinking one of them has to be a big rockabilly fan here.
Well,
Tell
a
us
couple
about
of genres go together, and it's rockabilly, and we played in the insurgent country. Alt country, Johnny Cash type stuff. When you take that 60s country...
Like outlaw country
Outlaw
stuff?
country,
Yeah.
thank you. You take outlaw country and you put us on stage with somebody who's playing rockabilly, they just make sense together. And so that's what we used to play. When we started this band, we had a couple of different influences, a couple of different members, and we just decided not to be stuck in one little category. And so if you want to try and play something that sounds like this, let's roll with it a little bit. And we usually end up, as we write songs together, landing in a pretty cool place, I think.
You say I swear too much, you say that I'm offensive. You say you've had enough. You're telling people that you know all of my intentions. I'd like to call your bluff. I've seen you walking in this town. You talk these streets all up and down. You're such a hypocrite. The people that you like today, tomorrow they'll be in your way. How long till they're sick of it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Oh, don't judge me if you don't wanna hear the truth. Yeah. Oh.
The Bear Hambones, Don't Judge Me, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. That song is from the band's latest album, Year of the Thief. You can download that over on Bandcamp and also find The Bear Hambones on all streaming services. Catch the band playing live this weekend. They're at Rookies in St. Charles on Saturday. And if you're listening to this on Saturday, don't worry, you've got plenty of time to get over there. That's at 6 p.m., Saturday, September 20th. Also at Mary's Place in Rockford on Saturday, October 4th. Find more from the band on thebearhambones.com. They're also on Facebook and Instagram. And stay tuned right here for more coming up after the short break on Sessions from Studio A. Welcome back to Sessions from Studio A. I'm Spencer Tritt, and our guest this week is the Bear Hambones. The band is Tim Larson on piano and singing lead, Brad Riverdale on drums, Chad Hill on lead guitar, Michael Brown on acoustic guitar and vocals, and Tony Kubasek playing bass and also singing backup vocals. You can watch behind-the-scenes video from their performance in Studio A, posted over on WNIJ.org, along with this full episode. Also on the WNIJ YouTube channel. Subscribe to us over there to keep up with new videos coming out just about every week. Let's get right back into Studio A for more music with the Bear Hambones and another song from their latest album, Year of the Thief. And as the band says on their website, they have songs about desire, love, loss, frustration, and most of all, whiskey. It's the Bear Hambones, recorded live this hour on Sessions from Studio A.
I'm gonna drink a little whiskey. Can't you have some with me? You'd say whiskey's gonna make everything alright. Drink a little whiskey, can't you have one with me? And tell me I'm gonna be alright. I remember when life seemed so easy. If it came around, we played it straight. When storm clouds gathered in, we'd ride off in the wind. The devil and his due would have to wait. Gonna drink a little whiskey. Can't you have some with me? You'd say whiskey's gonna make everything alright. Drink a little whiskey. Can't you have one with me? And tell me I'm gonna be alright. Lord, I've had my share of trouble. I never had much pride, as you know. Well, I still felt like a man when you would take my hand, kiss me and tell me to let it go. Gonna drink a little whiskey. Can't you have some with me? You'd say whiskey's gonna make everything alright. Drink a little whiskey. Can't you have one with me? And tell me I'm gonna be alright. Time causes many changes. The things you love, you sometimes lose. One thing I said I do, I never stop holding you. If the time ever came when I had to choose, gonna drink a little whiskey. Can't you have some with me? You'd say whiskey's gonna make everything alright. Drink a little whiskey. Can't you have one with me? help me when you can. Oh. I've said it once, I'll say it once again. All I need you to do is understand. Oh, and help me when you can. Oh, God knows I try, just don't seem right. I may fade off into the night. I don't know where I'm going. The wind behind me is blowing, so I'm off to catch that ride. Oh, there was a time when we saw things the same, saw everything the same. No need to dance, no need to blame. Well, I would go my way, and I would do my own thing. Don't you know that for me that means everything? Whoa, you know it ain't quite the same. God knows I tried, just don't seem right. I may fade off into the night. If you're going, I won't be there. Walk on as if you're unaware. You know I've got to do what's right. So
Catch the Ride by the Bear Hambones, recorded live in WNIJ's Studio A. That song closes out the band's new album, Year of the Thief. Check out that album out on streaming services and Bandcamp, where you can buy a copy on CD or vinyl. You can also find more from the Bear Hambones, including some upcoming shows at their website, thebearhambones.com. They're playing Saturday, September 20th at Rookies in St. Charles, and on Saturday, October 4th at Mary's Place in Rockford. Stick around, we'll take another short break and be right back with more from the Bear Hambones here on Sessions from Studio A.
At the end of this road, do you like what you see?
Welcome back. You are listening to Sessions from Studio A with the Bear Hambones from Elburn. We've been hearing the band recorded live in Studio A, and in just a little bit I'll talk with members about their latest album, Year of the Thief. But first, let's get right back to the music with another one from that record. This is Trying to Get a Win. It's the Bear Hambones on Sessions from Studio A.
I've never added up to much. I've tried and I've done well. Got pain inside and out in the stories I can tell, but I get up again. I get up again and try to win. You could say that you're better than me, and hey, you might be right. I've made a mess of just about everything I've tried, but I get up again. I get up again and try to win. It never works out quite the way you play. I'm just being who I am. I'm not here for the praise. We've all seen better days, so I'm just trying to get a win. Oh, I'm just trying to get a win. I've lost more times than this than I ever could have won. I've had people look at me and tell me that I'm done, but I'll get up again. I'll get up again and try to win. Doesn't come much to me to believe I'll catch a break. Odds may not look that good. Well, I don't care what it takes. I'll get up again. I get up here again and try to win. Never works out quite the way you planned. Well, I'm just being who I am. I'm not here for the praise. What's in better days? Oh, I'm just trying to get a win. If you're coming for me, bring all that you got. I've never been bested, now I can't be caught. You're dancing with demons, your shoes might get hot. You're going home empty, like it or not. Oh, I say it all and I say nothing. Oh, so turn around if I say something. Oh.
The Bear Hambones on Sessions from Studio A with Year of the Thief, the title track from their latest record. And I'm here with the band. I wanted to ask you guys a little bit about that album, Year of the Thief. Where did you record this one? Did you go into a studio for the recording of this?
We did. So we finished writing all those songs in the practice space. And then we went to Kiwi Audio. It's in Batavia. He's a great guy. Brad Showalter out there is really fun to work with. He's really cordial and he's really helpful, you know. And then we took it to get mixed. Our bass player found a guy, Vinny
Milavati.
He's
in Wisconsin.
Vinny. He was great. And then he sent it out to get mastered with somebody he knew in California.
You guys teased a little bit earlier that there's some new songs in the works, plans maybe for the next album. Is there anything you can tell us about those new songs or plans for this next album, or is it all still in the works right now?
Nope, you're not getting a thing. You're not getting a thing. We don't have the big song to build around yet. And when we wrote Rise and Believe for this album, when we started putting that together, I knew we were ready to let's make the rest of the album. On the last one, we had Time for Kickin'. When that came together, we were like, all right, we have a theme for this album. We don't have that song yet, but we do have several ideas that I think are pretty good, and it's a project it needs its own time.
And we've talked about just doing one song here and there, and maybe not even, putting them all together for quite some time, if ever. Just putting a song out as they come. So we'll see.
Where's the best place people can go to find more dates from you guys and to keep up with news and music from the Bear Hambones?
Here's the problem with getting old. I mostly put it on Facebook, and I'm an idiot for only doing that. We will always put them on our website, thebearhambones.com. We have like an emailing list that we should be better at. We're not the best promoters. Musicians should have somebody in charge of that.
Instagram. There's Instagram too.
We have an Instagram account as well.
Okay, there you go.
We're getting there. When we were younger, this stuff was easier.
So the website is it's bearhambones.com.
Thebearhambones.com.
Thebearhambones.com.
And bear is B-A-R-E, not as in the animal.
Yes. And then you're on Facebook and Instagram. Your music, people can find the first 2 records out on streaming services.
They're everywhere.
And on the website as well.
It's on Spotify.
Excellent. The Bear Hambones, thanks so much again for coming out once again to Studio A and playing for us. Great show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, Spencer.
As you said many times,
Thank you. Good night.
The Bear Hambones closing out their performance in Studio A. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's show. Head over to thebearhambones.com to check out more from them. They're in St. Charles at Rookies this Saturday, and on Saturday, October 4th, they're at Mary's Place in Rockford. Definitely check them out live and find their music out on streaming services and on Bandcamp. Sessions from Studio A is produced at WNIJ Studios on the campus of Northern Illinois University. Producers are yours truly, along with Mike Lundgren. Production intern is Megan Ralt. I'm Spencer Tritt. Thanks so much for joining me this week, and I will see you next time on another edition of Sessions from Studio A.